Okay, welcome to tonight's Team Aftershots call. It is March 22nd. So tonight I wanted to talk about being you on social media so that people who follow you on social media are able to really feel like they know you and connect with you. And this is a really big topic that I feel like kind of gets really downplayed, and it's something that we don't really think about too much. So this is something that I really wanted to share. So basically, the first thing is, it sounds so cliche, but it's really like, just don't try to be anybody else, because you're just you. And so you need to just be you, genuinely be you on social media. And I know it's really hard. We get caught up in like trying to impress people and worrying about what people think of us and those sorts of things. But you want to attract people basically who are going to relate to you. But if you're not being yourself and putting yourself out there totally genuine, totally real, then you're not going to be attracting people who will relate to you. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, you're not being genuine, whatever, then you're going to attract other basically fake people, right? So basically it comes across a lot with your posts on social media, your posts on Facebook and stuff like that. You want to just be you. So in our Go for No group that we were doing this last week, which has been a lot of fun, and people have really been extra pushed this last week by doing this Go for No challenge stuff. So that's been really, really great for some people. But one of the daily tasks was to post something each day about your personal journey. So the reason that this is so vital is this is something that I realized that I have done all the way along. I always share my sweaty face picture, always. And even on days or weeks where maybe I'm slacking on the workouts or something, I always make sure like I don't go more than a day without sharing something about my own personal journey, because that's what is going to make people relate to you. Here's the thing, is that you got to think about when you're looking at pages on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media, you're going to see pages that they really come across that they're like run by like a company, an organization, a robot maybe, because you don't really see the person behind the page. And that is like literally how people will feel about you if you're not actually putting yourself out there and actually like putting your own face on your social media feed. Otherwise people aren't going to feel like they get to know you and they relate to you and they know you. So the biggest thing is to be original in your posts. Really be you. Don't worry about what people think about you. And especially when it comes to like challenge group invite posts and stuff, you're going to see really good ideas and really good posts about it. Maybe it's like promoting a free cleaning group, or maybe it's promoting like a 21-day fix challenge or something. You're going to see really good posts come across your newsfeed from other coaches. And I'm not saying like don't copy those. Like absolutely, if you see a post and it like you're like, wow, like that wording is point on and that is awesome, copy it, add your own sort of flair. Like there's always some little adjustments that you'll find that you need to make and stuff like that to make it sound more like you. But you can basically like copy those sorts of things, the inviting to challenge group posts and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like day to day, what you're posting every single day. You should be putting something personal on your profile page, and it can be personal in regards to your family and you and that sort of stuff, or it can be personal in regards to your fitness journey. I think doing both of those things every single day is very important. One post every day about your fitness journey, personal fitness journey, one post every day, something else personal, just what you're doing. So something that is really, really big is to just post something each day that is just organic that day. I know some of us kind of fall into the groove of scheduling posts through Hootsuite or whatever in advance. But a lot of people can see through that because it says posted by Hootsuite and da da da. And I'm not saying that's like totally bad all the time, but you should organically come up with something every single day. So don't worry about being exciting, I guess, is going to be my first point, because I know that that's something that's kind of held me back in the past. Is I'll be like, oh, well, this is something that's going on today, so I should post about this. But people are like, but then I'll be like, oh, well, I don't know, this isn't very exciting. Like, then I see something on my news feed, I start comparing myself to other people. I see something on my news feed, like somebody shared, because they're on like vacation and they're on some beach somewhere. And I'm kind of like, well, what I was going to share of like a picture of me and my daughter headed to a birthday party, for example, because that's something I posted today. I was like, that's not very exciting. Why would anybody want to see this? But it's not, because here's the thing is that the majority of people, real people, day-to-day lives aren't very exciting, right? So it's just about getting people to get to know you and feel like they know you better and they connect to you. That's what it's about. So don't worry about being exciting. Don't tell yourself, well, this is too boring. Just be you and share about your day. So a big thing that I see a lot of people post about, which is great, is just like a selfie. Selfies are huge. I actually was like joking the other day. I was like, literally, like I basically get paid to take selfies because it gets your face out there and people feel like they know you because they see your face all the time. They see, like for me, people who follow me on Facebook and stuff, they see my post-workout face, sweaty face. They see my like makeup, I'm ready, I'm out in the sunshine, today's a beautiful day face. Like they see my face all the time. So they feel like they know me. So you take a selfie out in the sunshine one day and you go, wow, it's such a beautiful spring day, whatever. That's something about your day. Like it's not a super exciting post, but that's what people like. People like posts like that. Like you're just happy, smiling. Don't, post a picture of yourself like miserable and be like, wow, I'm having a miserable day. I don't know. But you still want to try and be positive and stuff like that. But this will lead into my next thing, which is you don't have to be perfect. Okay. So Facebook is really like people's highlight reels. And I know a lot of us kind of get caught into like, we need to be like super perfect on Facebook because that's what people feel like, like people always post just like the good things in their life. It's like you have one or two extremes, right? Like you have the people that like just post just everything that's perfect in their life all the time. So you look at them and you're just like, they are perfect. They live the perfect life. You can't relate to that, by the way. So if you're putting out there just everything that's perfect in your life all the time and your life is just perfect, nobody's going to relate to you. And then you have the people who like air their dirty laundry out on Facebook and they like, post negative stuff all the time. They vague book. They like, it's just like, you don't even want to read their posts because it's just drama and whatever. You need to like, obviously not be the drama, not be the vague booking, not be that. Be the positive, absolutely. But if you have a crappy day, don't be afraid to share it. So if you have a crappy day and you ended up binge eating like 5 donuts, ew. Donuts aren't really my thing, but you ate like a big bag of chips, whatever, because you had a bad day, then share that. Like be open, be like, you know what, I had a bag of chips today because I had such a crappy day and I stress ate, and the stress eating's been really not great and whatever. Because people will relate to that, because people struggle and they need to find somebody that they feel they relate to, and nobody relates to perfection. So remember that. So when you're trying to think of ideas, something to share about your day, you can ask yourself just simple things like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling it like right now, today, da da da. And it doesn't always have to be like, oh, I'm feeling great. Like I say, if you're feeling really blah one day, then you know what, share about that. Take a little picture, be like, oh, I'm feeling so blah. But then, you can be like, this is how I'm going to turn my day around. Maybe it's reading personal development. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's your workout. Maybe it's your Shakeology, something along those lines. But just share something like that. You can ask yourself, like, what are you doing today? So maybe you're just going to work. It's just like in your life, you're just kind of like, this is just my general day. I go to work, pick my kid up after work. We have dinner together, da, da, da. It doesn't seem very exciting to you, But you know what? Like, let people know that. People that are following you don't necessarily know that that's your day-to-day life. So I'm not saying like every single morning take a selfie of yourself in the car on the way to work and be like, on my way to work every morning. Like, no. But the odd time, like a few times a week, whatever, fine. You know, like selfie in the car. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. The birds are chirping. I'm on my way to work, whatever. Just stuff like that. You know, like it's not exciting. It's not anything big. It's not something you really have to think out, but it's just simple. And it's just letting people, it's giving them a glimpse into your life. And that's really what you want to do. You want to give people a glimpse into your day-to-day life so that they feel like they know you and that they connect to you. So that's the personal, like, so that people can connect to you type thing. And once again, this comes down to consistency, because if you post like one day something about your personal life that day, a selfie of yourself one day, and then you don't for like 2 weeks, and then you post another, like, it's that consistency is gone and people aren't going to feel like they connect to you. The next thing is to share everything in your personal health and fitness journey. And this can be really, really difficult, especially if you have a lifelong struggle, you know, like a lot of us do. I mean, I've been overweight like as long as I can remember. So obviously, like, I have these lifelong struggles with food and with binge eating and emotional eating and blah, 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 that I will always struggle with. However, I do obviously keep it under control to a certain extent, but still, it's important when I'm having those down times or I'm like not really feeling it. I'm like not really feeling my workouts. I'm not working out as much as usual. I'm not eating as good as I normally would and stuff like that. I put that out there, guys. Like, it might end up in like a sweaty face picture of like, oh, first workout in 4 days, because I've just not been feeling like working out, and I've been, you know, not eating right and stuff like that. Usually when I'm posting about my struggles, I'm like turning it around and like, this is how I'm going to be turning it around. And I'm now moving on to whatever. I'm going to be starting this program tomorrow or whatever, because I have been struggling. And then the good thing about that is that there's going to be people that relate to the struggle of like, I'm really finding it difficult to eat healthy lately. And I've been finding it difficult to find the motivation to work out, but that's it. I'm like sick of, you know, feeling this way or whatever. So I'm turning it around and I'm starting 21 Day Fix tomorrow. There will be people that will relate to how I'm sharing how I've been feeling and how I've been eating in the last couple of weeks. And then they're going to see like, well, what's she doing to get out of it? And then they're going to follow me beyond that and see how that's going for me. And that actually, I've found, guys, that vulnerability of being like, you know what? I've not been eating good for the last couple of weeks, and this is what I'm doing. And then sharing afterwards, I've been following the 21 Day Fix eating plan, for example. I've been doing my workouts every day. I'm feeling awesome again. I got my energy back again. That brings people to me. And that's just my organic sharing consistently of what I'm doing, what's working for me. So really just whatever is going on in your personal health and fitness journey, just put it out there. You're going to be vulnerable. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's what's going to attract people to you. That is what's going to be like, somebody's going to be following you on Facebook, for example, or whatever. And they're going to be like, wow, I really relate to this person, because whatever you're sharing, what you're going through in your personal life is something that they relate to. It's something that they're going through as well. And they're going to relate to that. And then that's what's going to draw them to you. So that's why it's so important to be transparent, be vulnerable, put yourself out there. And yeah. And another thing that I really like to do is when I'm struggling, I'll put it out there, be like, you know what? I've really been struggling in my own nutrition lately. Da, 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 da. So this is what I'm going to be doing going forward. Maybe I'm going to be doing clean eating or something for next week. Do you guys want to join me? I'll share my meal plan with you. Or I'm going to be doing 21 Day Fix. Who wants to join me? Invite people to join you. That's the other thing. I think as soon as we sign up as coaches, we feel like we need to have like all the answers and we need to be perfect in our own fitness journey. And that's not, because perfection is not relatable. Nobody's going to relate to you if you appear to be perfect, and they're going to not want to even talk to you when they're off track, because they're going to feel like kind of inferior to you, because they're like, well, they're perfect. They don't understand what it's like to be off track, and you don't want to put that out there to people. So be 100% real, 100% honest. And you even if you have been struggling for a long time or whatever, it's just putting it out there. Find yourself some accountability buddies. Like, you're in the right community. I mean, it's not even like putting it out there random people on Facebook, but reach out on Team Aftershots, reach out on Team Victory All Stars, reach out on Team Victory. Find accountability buddies. Say, hey, that's it. I need to get this under control, and I'm going to do this. Like, this is what we are here for. And don't feel like because you're a coach, you are above asking people to provide that accountability and support to you, because that's what we're here for. That's the whole point of this whole community, right? So keep that in mind as well, and be honest and be real and put it out there. You know, like, we have our templates for our free clean eating groups that you should be running every single month, a free clean eating challenge, but follow it yourself. Run a free clean eating group if you've been struggling, and follow along with your challengers yourself. Follow that meal plan yourself with your challengers. Do the daily exercise challenges yourself with your challengers, and it will help you. It will help you like it helps your challengers to get back on track. Absolutely, it works. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and put yourself out there. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. That's a big thing. I think those are the the three biggest things, I think, that hold us back from being real on social media and being ourselves is A, we compare ourselves to other people. We feel like, you know, we need to be a certain way or whatever. B, we feel like our lives aren't very exciting, so we don't really want to share that because nobody's going to find that interesting, blah, 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 blah. Newsflash, reality TV is like one of the biggest things, because people are super snoopy, and it doesn't matter how boring you think your life is. People like to have glimpses into your life, right? And I can be absolute proof of that, because I'm like one of those people that, like, when people ask me what my hobbies and interests are, I'm like, I don't know. Like, my hobbies and interests are literally like, it revolves around Beachbody. My hobbies and interests are like challenge groups and workouts, and like, you know, literally that's my hobbies and interests. This is my life. This is what I love to do, you know, and I like hanging out with friends, but I don't really have any, you know, like, I'm not into, I don't know, I don't like go out and do activities. I'm not like enrolled in like sports and stuff like that. So people could see that as like a disadvantage, like, wow, you live a really boring life because you don't go out do things every weekend, or they relate to that. And so obviously I find a bunch of people who relate to me, because you know what I like to do on the weekend is I like to just hang out with my family at home. That's what I like to do, you know, and those sorts of things. So I just, you know what, I don't have anything else exciting to put out there. If you have hobbies and activities that you go out and do, absolutely share about that. That's absolutely not even a question. But even if you don't, like, whatever. I put a post up once, like, selfie of me and Dell with our coffee after dinner, because every day after dinner we have coffee, you know, and stuff like that. And people like that, because it's like, there's so many people out there that that's what they enjoy doing as well. They like just quiet nights at home with their family, quiet weekends at home with their family, relaxing, that sort of stuff, right? So don't feel like your life is boring and nobody wants to follow you because you don't do exciting things. I was even talking, like, because I follow so many coaches on Facebook and like successful coaches on Facebook, and I was looking at the things that they post, and it's literally like, oh, I went to the store today looking for workout clothes. So, and it's all these like opportunities that like we wouldn't even typically think about, or like an average person wouldn't typically think about to even post about, you know, like you went shopping for workout clothes or whatever. So would you think to take like a picture of yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I got this awesome outfit and this is what I did today? Most people wouldn't even think to do that, but it's so cool to have that glimpse into somebody's life and be like, wow, that's what they did today. Cool. Or else, I follow a lot of coaches that literally their personal post each day is just like a selfie of like out in the car, whatever. And it's like, it puts it out there like, wow, that person obviously spends a lot of time in the car, has 2 kids, soccer mom, right? Like I'm actually thinking specifically of a local coach that I follow on Facebook right now because she has 2 kids that are super active in soccer. She is like mom taxi in the evenings. And the reason I know that is like, not because I personally know her, which I do, but it's because of what she posts on Facebook all the time. Like she's always taking selfies of herself in the car. I'm mom taxi. I'm off to my other kid's soccer game, pictures and stuff about her kids' soccer and stuff like that. And that's not exciting, right? Like that's not like, ooh, this is exciting, whatever. Like I'm soccer mom. But that's what makes people relate to her because there's all these other moms out there that relate to that because they're constantly running around driving their kids everywhere. So it's really just finding the opportunity. You just be you and taking a look at yourself and your life and just asking yourself each day, how am I feeling today? Like you can even just take a selfie one day and be like, oh, I'm feeling da 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 da. You know, like that's it. It's just giving people a glimpse, letting them know that you're a real person and you're there every single day. So the next point that kind of comes up, and I hear this, you know, it doesn't come up that often, but it does come up sometimes. And that is like, what if people are like annoyed by your motivating posts and stuff like that? Here's the thing. The first thing, which I'm pretty sure nobody on this team does, because if I ever saw anybody on this team do this, I would like be in contact with you right away and be like, stop doing that. But don't be posting sales links to Beachbody, Shakeology programs, whatever. You don't want to be that annoying salesperson, right? So you don't want your newsfeed to be like, go buy Shakeology, go buy this program, go click this link here and order here and stuff like that. You don't want that stuff on your newsfeed. What you do want to do is you want to be that shining light in people's lives. You want to be posting motivating things every single day. You want to be, like I say, sharing your own personal journey, your own personal life every single day, just to provide motivation and inspiration to people and to let people feel like they know you. If somebody is annoyed by you posting motivational things on your Facebook, then they can click the unfollow button, and you probably don't want them following you anyways, because why would somebody be annoyed by motivation? I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that it's like, if somebody actually says, because I know, especially if you have a huge change in your life, so you kind of have to think of that too, right? So like if you went from like no health at all in your life, like nothing health and fitness, and that was like who you hung out with, and that was your friend, that was your circle, and then all of a sudden you take this complete shift and you're like totally health and fitness and weight loss, and you're posting all these workout things and stuff like that. Well, not all of your friends are going to be ready to move into like, all of a sudden we're living this healthy life and I'm seeing all this fitness motivation stuff at the same time as you. So they're going to be, you know, there's going to be some pushback there. There's going to be some people are a bit more candid about, you know, you're posting lots of workout stuff and it's annoying and whatever. And honestly, if somebody says that, it's just kind of like, well, you can click the unfollow button and that's literally all it is, right? So that's the big thing. And I know it's easier said than done, but like really you can't please everybody, and you have to try and like realize, what are you trying to attract? Are you trying to attract people that are going to like be totally turned off by any sort of workout motivation? Or are you trying to attract people that are like wanting to live a better, healthier life, right? You're trying to attract people that are wanting to live a better, healthier life. So those people are not going to be annoyed by fitness posts and stuff like that. So that's the big thing, is you want to find people who love what you do and love what you post, and who can relate to you. And that's really the big thing. And not everybody is going to like you and what you post, and that's just the fact of life. I mean, not everybody likes everybody else, right? So the big thing that I kind of want you guys to take away from this tonight is just like take some time to think about who you want to attract. So what kind of person, if you could think of like the ideal person that would like walk into your life right now, who would that be? Like, what kind of person would that be? Try and be specific. And this kind of goes into, Anna had done a avatar training. I believe it was just on an event page. I still haven't checked it out. But I've seen other trainings in the past about avatar, which is basically just like your ideal picture perfect, like who you're trying to attract type customer, your niche market. And pretty much every time your avatar ends up being somebody who is very similar to either who you currently are or who you used to be. So if you, like, for example, for me, my avatar, the person that I typically attract is people who are where I used to be. So they're, they've kind of struggled all the time, or struggled for a long time with their weight, and they've been trying to figure out a way to lose weight and keep it off for good, and they want to like live a lifelong healthy lifestyle and stuff like that, but they're kind of just finding their way. And that's who I used to be, and that's who I seem to attract. So I just want you to take some time to really try and think of who you're trying to attract, because as soon as you try and realize like who you're trying to talk to on your posts on social media, it will make it a lot easier to put those posts out there and not worry about what other people might think, because you're like, you know what? No, like I'm talking to this one target audience, and so it doesn't really matter what like this person over here thinks if they don't like it or whatever. The other big thing, really easy thing to kind of figure out, is to think of 3 to 5 things that make you you. Okay, so for me, that is, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm really into healthy lifestyle and fitness and helping people. Those are like my 3 really big things, right? So you want to think of like 3 to 5 big things that make you you, and then that is typically going to be your target audience. Okay, so that, I don't really want to go too deep into this, but Lana actually made me think of this tonight because she just created her new cover photo, and it's great. And so I think every single person, if you don't already have a cover photo made for your Facebook profile page, you can just go on to pickmonkey.com or whatever and just make one. And just to make a good cover photo, just think of like those 3 to 5 things that make you you, and then just take a couple pictures, put some words on it, whatever, and make that your cover photo, because that immediately, when people see that and they see your cover photo on your Facebook page, right there, they look at it and they know, like, who are they talking to and what's this person all about. And yeah, that's the biggest thing. Just, you know what, be you, like unapologetically on social media. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, or what other people, are they going to like this? Are they not going to like this? Whatever. Just be you, be vulnerable, be real. Don't just share all the perfectness of life. Share also the struggles and those sorts of things as well. And the other thing that I did want to mention again, just because it did come up at the end of the Team Victory All-Stars call, is your Shakeology story. So just to take a few minutes and just think once again, like, what has Shakeology done for you? Why do you drink it every day? And how has it helped you and stuff like that? That's a big thing. As soon as you kind of have your Shakeology story laid out, it makes it really easy for you to share that with other people and to just say, like, listen, like, this is what it's done for me. Like, it helps me with my cravings, and it helps, I have energy all throughout the day. I don't have like my 3 p.m. slump anymore that I used to get, and whatever, those sorts of things. Maybe you're like one of those people that like had really high cholesterol before and now you don't, or really high blood pressure before and now you don't, and stuff like that. Whatever your Shakeology story is, just make sure to take a few minutes and think about what that is, so that you can efficiently, share that with people, because that is what people's going to relate to. They're not going to relate to, it has over 70 superfoods and pre and probiotics and blah, 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 blah. They're not going to relate to that. They're going to relate to the story of, why do you drink it? Like, what has it done for you? And how will it work for me? So that's just kind of my last little tidbit. But yeah, just really like be you on social media, post consistently, share about your day-to-day life, what's going on. It doesn't have to be super exciting. I mean, we're all human, and the average person doesn't like go on an exciting vacation every single day of the year. So most people are just living a, normal life where maybe they have a job to go to, they have kids to take to school, they have kids to pick up from school, they have kids activities to go to, maybe they go to yoga, maybe they, I don't know, do whatever, go bowling like Lana does on Sunday nights. I don't know. So that's really just the big thing that I wanted to share with you guys tonight, because I think that that's a huge thing that holds people back, is that you get in your own way and you feel like, well, this isn't very exciting, so I don't want to share about what I did today. Literally, like, make a post about how the sun is shining and this is amazing, or we got 10 feet of snow and we're snowed in and, and this is sucks, so just share whatever's going on in your day-to-day life, as well as your personal fitness life as well, and then extra motivation, and be that ray of sunshine in people's lives. And that's it. That's the secret sauce. So that's that. All right. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. And I will talk to you guys later.